Hi, and welcome to this month's edition of Chat with the Sheriff. I'm your Sheriff, Troy Dunn, and happy spring and summer here, everyone. We've survived our first severe weather of the year, and so I hope everybody's doing great, have all of their chores done out at the cabin, and that you're all settled in and ready for a great summer. Joining me today is the new commander of the Rice County Le Sueur County Joint Task Force, and let's see if I can get it on the first try here. The Cannon River Drug and Violent Offender Task Force is what it's called. Is that correct?
Correct, you got it.
You might have seen Paul before. Paul LaRoche is one of our sergeants, and he is the commander of the task force. So welcome to the show, Paul.
Thanks for having me again.
When did you take over as the commander of the task force?
Officially, it was January 1 of 2019. However, I worked there since September of 18, cross-training with the previous commander, Dave Dillon, kind of learning the ropes and getting acclimated to the narcotics and violent crimes world of part of our job. So starting to settle in and get used to the new position.
So as part of being on the task force, obviously the task force agents don't have to dress up in the full uniform because they kind of have to blend in, and so we let them dress down. So, you know, don't judge Paul for the casual attire, but that goes with the position and everything. So Paul, before I talk about some really exciting news, let's tell the audience a little bit about who makes up the task force and the agents and everything.
Sure. So our task force is called the Violent Crime Enforcement Team as far as the state's concerned. There's 21 VSETs, or Violent Crime Enforcement Teams, throughout the state. Ours serves Rice and Le Sueur counties, like Troy mentioned. What it's made up of is myself and 4 full-time agents. The agents come from each of the agencies, the large agencies in Rice and Le Sueur counties. So we have 1 full-time agent from Rice County Sheriff's Office, 1 from Le Sueur County Sheriff's Office. Faribault PD and Northfield PD also each have an agent assigned. So there's the 4 agents, myself, and a full-time secretary and records person also that helps us big time.
Yeah, and then we from time to time get assistance from our investigators and detectives from the various agencies, as well as police officers. I think the Department of Corrections has some fugitive agents that assist from time to time as well.
Yep, if we're looking for people with outstanding Department of Corrections warrants or violent crime warrants, we'll tap into that resource too sometimes.
So the task force is housed out of the Faribault Police Department, and I've always given it the name of 21 Jump Street, which a lot of people today are like, what the heck does that mean? But back in the 80s, 90s, and 2000s, 21 Jump Street was about a undercover group of officers working in a metropolitan agency. So I thank Chief Bolin and the police department for housing them. It's nice to have them all there. And so let's talk about this award here. This was presented to the task force about a week ago, Paul?
Yep, the 23rd of May we received the award. At
their annual conference up in Brainerd, but the Outstanding Achievement Award presented to the Cannon River Violent Crime Enforcement Team in recognition and appreciation of your outstanding contributions to Minnesota drug law enforcement. 2019 Masani Narcotics Task Force of the Year. That's your very own Cannon River Drug and Violent Offender Task Force. So congratulations to you and all of the agents, and to former Commander Dillon and former Agent Katie Spicer that was on there. They've done a lot of great things, and you might have read about it, you might have seen it on TV, but Paul, let's tell them a few of the major drug busts that went down in the state that led to you guys being chosen for this award.
Yeah, we're really proud of the agents and everyone involved who was recognized at the state's best, as the state's best team. But a couple of the big cases they had last year was the 190-pound methamphetamine bust that they recovered 190 pounds up in Minneapolis. Also kind of residual after that case was a 10-pound heroin case, which both are at or near record seizures for the entire state of Minnesota. So those 2 cases, along with our large roundup or our Operation Sound of Silence that we did last year contributed a lot to getting that award, getting nominated for the award.
And this is stuff, and you talked, so the 190 pounds was found in Minneapolis. The 10 pounds of heroin was found, I believe, in Burnsville.
Yeah.
But that stuff all started here with drug dealing that was going on here. And what our agents are doing is they're trying to find these dealers and arrest them if they choose to do criminal activity in Rice County and LeSueur County and throughout the region. And a lot of times agencies might just stop at low-level dealers right here in their community and say, okay, we're going to hold you accountable here. But our agents are pushing further and say, where are you getting this stuff? Let's get the bigger people. Let's get the bigger people. And obviously, somebody that's holding 190 pounds of methamphetamine is a large-scale dealer, and those people were charged federally.
Yeah, we say it a lot in our presentations and to the media. We try to work up the ladder to target the mid to upper level dealers, because stopping these large quantities is what's going to help make an impact in our area. So like Trey said, yes, both those cases originated in our area, and we worked up the ladder to get such a big seizure.
And sometimes it even takes us out of state to places like Chicago and
down into Iowa. They've been in all areas of the Midwest.
So again, these guys are doing great work, and they're working with our state and local partners as well as other task force agents in the region. And that's really huge to have that communication amongst your peers and to be able to work together to bring these people.
It is. We have regular meetings with the other commanders and state representatives, and it's just really easy to work with other VSETs throughout the state. It's set up very well.
And so along with not only the drugs that were seized, but so many times that we see that when we're doing these deals and these arrests, that firearms are a big part of it.
Yep. We've seized lots of vehicles and guns and cash over the last couple of years, and most of the cases have one of those three involved.
And sometimes it leads to other, obviously, criminal activity, not only the guns, but stolen property that people might be trading, where they burglarize or break into a car and then trade it for drugs. So it's really important that we hit the drug dealers hard and aggressively, so that we're making a difference, so that you have the quality of life and that safe feeling you want in your community, whether it's in town or out in the rural area.
Yeah, we encourage anyone to get a hold of us if you have any tips whatsoever. It might seem small to you, but it might be just what we need to move forward with the case that we have started. So don't hesitate to call or email us. Email me, and we can get it channeled to the right people.
Yeah. So Paul, what's your email if you want to share?
My email would be plaroche, PLAROCHE @co.rice.mn.us. Otherwise, my voicemail is 507-334-0924.
Thank you. And as always, you can call the non-emergency number 334-4391. And like Paul said, even the smallest thing could make a difference to the task force. It might be enough. They might be looking at somebody, they just need one more piece, and by you calling and saying, hey, we saw this happen, or we're seeing a lot of short-term traffic coming and going for 2 to 5 minutes, and it happens once a week, always at this time. Well, I don't know if they're selling Tupperware, or it right. Could be, but it could be drugs in that Tupperware. So please call, and that's not a slam to the Tupperware dealers out there. I just use that as an example. But please give us a call, because I know I've taken many calls and forwarded onto the task force, and they've been able to work into an arrest and a search warrant. So how many search warrants are you up to this year right now, Paul?
Oh, I don't know. I have a whole stack of our ops plans that we've done this year. I would say 40 to 50, somewhere in there.
And if people or groups have questions about drugs, the task force would be happy to come out and do a presentation for you. You've got that big display board with different kinds of drugs, and you can let people see what it looks like.
Yep, anyone who's asked us to do presentations, we've been accommodating, and we're more than willing to come out for whatever group you have and cater our presentation to whatever the audience is.
Yeah, so please contact us. Paul, on behalf of myself and our agency, congratulations to you and the other agents.
you.
Very,
Yes.
very well deserved there. We're very proud of you, and the citizens should be very proud of the work that these people are doing, as well as our patrol staff, because these guys work really well with the patrol officers in the jurisdictions, as well as the state patrol and the sheriff's office. When officers are finding drugs too on traffic stops, they'll come out and they'll talk to these people and try to find out where they're getting the stuff at. Because we're finding, especially with opioids, heroin and Oxycontin, different things, we're getting overdoses. People are dying and becoming addicted. So we want to save lives here, and education's a part of it, enforcement's a part of it. But again, thank you, and thank you for watching today. We hope you can join us again next month, where we'll be talking about the new hands-free phone law that's coming in on August 1st. So thanks again. If you have any questions for me, 507-334-4391, or email me at tdunn@co.rice.mn.us. Thanks, be safe, and have a great summer.